Looks like we've started streaming. I vaguely remember there being a chat window, but that's we don't need no chat window, I suppose. Sweet. Do 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 here. Link in our new files and we'll take a look, see if we got anything. Cool. Looks like we've got some targets with a lot of files, which might be a bug in the script I wrote that set all these links up. Let's see. Alrighty. We don't need a terminal anymore. I guess we can start with M. Locations, computer, volumes. M1. Go here. Alright. I've set my working directory to my processing space. And now we're just going to make some links, I guess. And we'll do symbolic links for our lights. Yada yada. And we'll call this that's gonna be too many, isn't it? How about that's too many? So we'll name this too many and see what happens. And we didn't get that right. Let's go backwards here. Alright, let's try that again. So how does this program work? Maybe we don't give it a sequence name. We shuffle everything in here. Hmm. We import them with the names that we want. contains all of our sequences for each session. So that's what we wanted to do. So we can take the 10-second. So here's a 30-second session. That's the sequence we want. Can't see anything in the sun. Let's see. Alright. So now we have registered our sequence. The FWHM. Then the frames. And then we have some type of X here. Alright. See. Can you just select a region you want? $140. How many are in the sequence? Where's that console? Yeah, okay, so there's 140. So. Oh, okay. Oops. Where's the undo button? Well, nothing to undo. I kind of feel like that's something I would want to be able to undo, but alright. Now we can stack. I guess we'll stack the top 80% of what we have left. Interesting. I'm going to have to read how that plot works. It looks like a way to select the data you want and exclude the data you don't want. Alright. Now we've stacked our data, so we can come to our tools and do our plate solver. Fingers crossed. Alright. And that lets us calibrate the colors with the photometric color calibration. Boom. Look at that. Nice. And now there's the data from our 30 pictures. So we can run the Verilux hypermetric stretch. Why not? Oops. Oh, hey. We got a little structure there. That's not too bad. All right. Great. All right. I can't see anything in the sun. Let's try that again. So now, all right. Let's see if we try that again. We should be able to relink. We should be able to blow away everything we did and start over, right? That's kind of the dream. Let's see. I think we filtered out a lot more files than we probably should have, so we can let's go back to our terminal here and do this again. See if we pick up the M1 files. There we go. Alright, now we can go back to siril and try this again. Here we are. So we go home. Huh. We set the home here. What happens? Can we... That didn't work right. We want to change our home directory. M1. And then add them all. M1. See, that's just going to create the... That's not what we want to do. Sequence. No sequence found. What if we do this? Okay, let's make some more links. Let's start over again. Let's set our home. Back to process where I've linked in the files. Yeah. And now we can find our our sequences. Let's check out. Here's a 20-second shot from January 11th. There's my sequence. That wasn't right. Bummer. Now what can we do? Hmm. The here. There's the sequence of things we want. How do we get it? Why is this thing always so weird? Maybe. Hmm. Hmm. We can do them in a group. We can do 60. not very intuitive. Then we can add, there we go. What do you call that? Sequence. One sequence. That's yippee yippee. And do a registration. There we go. All right. We took 55 1-minute pictures here. Let's see, the plot makes it look like the values are distributed between a wide range here. That looks pretty good though. Okay. Stacking. Let's see. Here we go. There goes 18 blocks. Yep, there we go. All right. Yes, let's take the top 80 by roundness, the top 80% by roundness, and then stack them. Let's see what we get here. The roundness for a 1-minute exposure should mean that the tracking was reasonable. Great. So we finished our stack, and now we can try to do the plate solver. Which lets us assign the photometric color calibration. Yep, I think that's right. And once we've done this, oops, we can remove green noise. Try the Verilux hypermetric stretch. This Verilux hypermetric stretch is all the rage today. Replaces hours of processing images allegedly with this one button. So, yeah. All right. So then we can save this to my results. Hey, there we go. think since we're going to restack these, we actually did want to check this and this and restack. And then I think that's all we need. We can just save this new stacked file in the results. And then replace that other one. Great. All right. Now, next one is, oh no. Oh, here we are. Yes, the next batch is from here to here. So we add those. M1, 60, 20, 25, 12, 18 underscore. And we can bring those into the project. Select that sequence and do the registration. Wonderful. Now, go ahead and stack these. We can save this to our results. And use our astronomy tools to solve the plate. So we can photometrically calibrate. Remove the green noise. I think we'll leave that and use the Verilux photometric hyper stretches. That's right. Oh, yes. Very nice. Mhm. There we go. Do the register. And this thing, so there's some way to make it not use all of this space showing me the dang file name. I don't know. How do we get this? Hmm. Alright, anyways. Hmm. Now we can stack her up. Save that in my results folder. Then we can try to do a plate solver. Oh no, something wrong. Sequence. Something weird about the display. Can't see anything in the sun. Alright, that looks better. We have salt on the plate. Oh, my window's so small. Broke something. Uh-oh. This doesn't look right. Oh, there we go. That looks fine. How do we zoom in on the good part? There we go. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we've calibrated our photometric color. And now we're going to use the Verilux hypermetric stretch. Linear. Oh, that's a good session right there. I like that one. Yeah, the stars aren't perfectly round, but let me see if we do star processing, removal. Hmm. No. Huh. Well, I managed to get StarNet installed without the weights file. I guess we'll need to get some weights files installed. And then we can remove the stars. Well, what happens when I run StarNet on the command line? Doesn't that just work? Yeah. Where is StarNet 2? User local bin StarNet 2. User local bin. User local. Include. Huh. I guess we have to download that ourselves somewhere. It's good to know. Alright, anyways. So now did 1212. Now we can go and do January 13th. Didn't take very many pictures this day. I got a feeling this one's not very good. 2026 0113.